This is the World on Water Global Sailing News for March 15. Here are the highlights in the sport of sailing from all around the world in the past 7 days. And you're watching the fabulous Beneteau Fidaro3s as they have a regatta. I want one of those. Well, the Kiwis have done it again in the JJ Giltinan 18-foot championships, and they've won it again. Congratulations to the crew of Honda Marine. The Bacardi Invitational Regatta was in Miami on Keybiscane Bay, and it's 2 years to the 36th America's Cup, and all the teams are time proud. The 39th Heineken International Regatta was held in St Maarten, and we have the Maxis and the Multis in this week's report. Outlas wins the Australian Farr 40 National Championships. And the Belgia's performance boats announced their World League for the 14s.
So 6th of March is 2 years exactly to the first race in the America's Cup.
Which seems like a long time.
Almost an eternity.
But in reality, we're up against it.
It's 2 years long enough, not even close. We could use 4.
Time is the biggest issue.
È importante perché uno dei detti della Coppa America è quello che l'unica cosa non si può comprare è il tempo.
We always need more time.
But that's part and parcel of the America's Cup challenge. That's what makes it so exciting.
Normally, if you manage your America's Cup properly, you run out of time at the same time as you run out of money. You can sometimes find more money, but you can never find more time.
Every day is important.
You know, there's so many items that are coming at it, so many choices that we're going to have to make.
Design-wise, construction-wise.
Our equipment, our sails, our foils.
Time on the water, testing time.
Every day is going to be occupied.
Managing the time is a critical part of the program.
Importante perché se prendi delle decisioni sbagliate, il tempo che hai perso in quella decisione poi non lo puoi più recuperare.
So we're always looking at refining our program to make sure we make the most of it.
You got to time your developments to come online right at the end of the Cup.
A huge milestone is the launch date of the AC75, which will
Be a big step up. We've seen the smaller test boats out there warming up, but
Il momento più importante della sfida, cioè il varo di barca 1.
it's going to be a whole new ball game seeing the big hitters or the AC75 hit the water.
We need to learn and develop in boat 1.
Design of a second race boat, building that race boat.
Learn and develop. Then for boat 2, we have to move the American Magic team to Auckland, New Zealand, where we'll set up shop and prepare for the 36th match.
You've got to take risks.
Se lo chiedi a un progettista,
Our race is now.
The big decisions are now.
maximising that time to try and gain as much of an advantage technically and advancing the speed of your boat as you possibly can.
If we're too conservative with our decisions, we'll probably fail.
But when you get on the water, it's each team against the other, and best team will win out at the end.
Welcome to the final day of the 2019 JJ Giltinan Championships for the 18-foot skiffs here in Double Bay, Sydney, Australia. This is the last day. A 9-race series comes to an end. We already know who our overall winner is. That's Honda Marine, but the minor placings are all up for grabs.
Mark, we might see Honda Marine take some risk on the start line today, which they can now afford, right? Oh, you get in row A.
They can afford it, you're right. I just don't think they will. I don't think it's in the DNA of how they race. They have a way of operating, and it's a very good way. I think they have a real process, and I think we're going to see it again today. I think they're going to make another good conservative start. We will see. We're not far away now from the 1 minute gun. Set your watches, few seconds to go. There it is, 1 minute till the start of race 9, the final race of this year's championship. We have 25 boats, we've got 5 countries, we've got ASCO, not for the first time, getting caught high at the start line and having to sail downwind with 45 seconds to go. It's going to be another slightly wobbly start from ASCO. That's not really where you want to be, outside the line with less than a minute to go, unless of course you're intending on a port tack start. That ain't going to happen today, I don't think. And down at this end of the line, our usual suspects who like this end. We've got Royal Oak, we've got Ilve, John Whitty on the helm of the Ilve machine. Yandu, John Winning, and the hard right. They've got Yvette Heritage on quality marine clothing. They're looking for a good result to finish this series. They're currently lying in Wooden Spoon. She'll want to do something about that if she can. Smeg, critical boat today, middle of the line. Winning group right down the hard left. So those two boats keeping a long way apart at this point.
10.
We've got just 5 seconds to go. Our Marine, Pittwater, just a little bit extended in the middle of the line. Right down the pin looks clear. There's the gun. That looks clear. We can see both ends of the line. That is a clear start. We're off on race 9. And it's still the same conditions, quite choppy down here, 16 knots. Now, Bucko, we're going to see who's got the pace. ASCC up here as well. Really looking forward to seeing how these guys go on the small rig in this breeze.
Yeah, ASCC looking determined to start at the windward end. Breeze a little bit right, back in the right, so I think that might be a pretty safe option. They've got clear air. Finport, the only threat to them near them on the leeward side. Finport notorious for having a high slow mode that nobody else has got. And ASCC be working hard to maintain their separation. At the other end, ASCO cleanly out of the pin with Winning Group. So Honda will lead by 2 or 3 boat lengths from ASCC.
That's a pretty comfy lay line, probably a little over the lay, just making sure she got into ASCC's face.
We're just having a harbour cruise, mate.
It's a Kiwi battle. We've just in case there are any Kiwis watching this, I'm sure the Kiwis are doing something else, aren't they, today, Jimmy? Just in case the Kiwis have got any interest in this series. Honda Marine are going to go around first. And look at this, Finport approaching on starboard lay line. I think it's Honda 1, but I think Finport are going to sneak in second. ASCC got to be careful here. They do not have any rights, but Finport can't tack right in their water either. Where we go, I think Josh just going to take it cruisy and easy, go around the outside. Finport, technically second round, ASCC in great shape. Challenging rounding for Finport, but nice boat handling. They get away with that.
Over there on the Finport, Mark, with having to tack and then bear away.
Bingley short of the ley line by 2 boat lengths.
So Bingley are probably going to get here in 4th, but Winning Group coming in at pace, albeit on a fat port ley line. And we've got Noakes trying to sneak their way in on a narrow port. Luckily for them, crossing Ascot. That could have been tricky for Sean, but he gets away with that. 4th round, Noakes, great performance from Sean Langman. 5th round, Bingley, they'll be happy with that performance for sure. Winning Group, well, in the end, whatever little problem they had, they've kind of made a mini recovery, and they were in the sort of top 2 or 3. They're down in 6th, but importantly for them, they're ahead of Smeg. So Noakes Marine jibing away, getting into a little bit of clearing a battle with Bingley. Out in the front, ASCC
gone.
Absolutely gone and stretched away. Honda Marine had to jibe away from them. They might regret that because they've left ASCC off the hook.
So the other reason to come to the east here, and ASCC demonstrated it very nicely there, that you can get a very accurate look at the ley line, whereas picking the ley line from where the Winning Group came from is hard. Is an order of magnitude more difficult. And ASCC has just blitzed them.
As they approach the end of race 9, as Bucko said, this is one of the very best JJ crews we've seen in recent years. 2 wins in a row, that doesn't happen very often. Winning the event with a day to spare, that doesn't happen very often. Crews stay together. They don't sail as much as the Aussie fleet, but clearly when they do sail, it's all high quality stuff.
Yeah, they've got, you know, as we mentioned, great training partner in ASCC and Maersk and CTEC. Yeah. So a good setup, and maybe more productive to race less and practice more, you know.
There's a point. We can talk about that if we get the chance. I think there's a lot of interesting debate to have on that. But for now, the one thing we know for sure is our current champions of 2018 have become the 2009 champions. They did that yesterday. Today they just proved they are the all-round package on the small rig in the fresher breeze. A stunning performance by Honda Marine, second for most of the way around that racetrack. But when it mattered on the last lap, they proved that they've got what it takes to take on even ASCC, the high-quality training partner. They had all the right manoeuvres, great tactics, great boat speed, an awesome regatta. They sailed clean, fair, wonderful crew, great result. Congratulations, Honda Marine, congratulations. New Zealand, you should be proud of these boys. They've done a great job. So a salute from the Lady Hopetown. Lots of cheers and waves from the various competitors. We have a blue ribbon aloft. We've got the end of a great week sailing. And yet again, the Kiwis have showed the Aussies what to do. So just before we close, just a quick comment, Bucko, from you. What I want to know is, what are the Aussies got to do to make sure that come the next JJ, they firstly win some races and secondly win overall? What have they got to do?
Lots of work would be the summary, mate. because I can tell you that the rig development of the Honda and perhaps to a slightly lesser degree the ASCC equal to or better than all the Australian fleet. And we also would note throughout the regatta that the boat handling of the two top Kiwi boats one level above, and their precision on the track one level above the whole Australian fleet.
Just finished 3 fantastic days of racing here in the Farr 40s at the Royal Sydney Yacht Squadron. Had 3 great days of racing, close racing, and just had a little bit of a speed advantage over the rest of the fleet, and thanks to my great crewmates, and really enjoyed the 3 days of sailing and pretty good conditions in the end. We really thought it was going to be a light air series, but ended up being quite windy, so very happy with that and happy to come away with a win. If we go to the Worlds this year, then would be in the mix for the Corinthian Trophy. It depends how many of the pro teams turn up, or if we ourselves go pro, or we've still got to decide if we're going to go to the Worlds. So hopefully we do. Long Beach is a great venue, and Farr 40 racing is always good.
The last act of the 92nd Bacardi Cup and second edition of the Bacardi Invitational Regatta is underway, and the racecourse is delivering on the drama. The champions of the regatta will be determined by neck-and-neck battles. Everyone has their own tactics, and the podium spots are still open for the many sailors that want it.
Today, the last race, and it's a critical race. Everything can happen. I can't win the regatta, but everything is really close. The points, the two first can win, but the other can go inside, and we also can reach the podium. So it's going to be a really big fight on the water.
For the finale of the regatta, all the fleets utilise the medium breeze to race for the title. Eric Doyle and Payson Infelice, with a very consistent performance over the week, conquered the 92nd Bacardi Cup and wrote their names into the history of the regatta. The winner in the very strong fleet of the J70 class was the boat Catapult. The Melgers 24 fleet crowned the boat Bombardar as champion, while in the Viper 640, Evil Hiss was the fastest boat of the week, and Neon was the winner amongst the Flying Tigers.
I think the key was we've been working really hard and we're going really fast upwind. We've been sailing together a long time, so things, we know each other really well. We know how to help each other. Teamwork is great. We've gotten a little bit of extra speed lately that's really helped out, so we didn't really have to take a lot of risk, and we could just be confident in what we were doing all the time.
A spectacular closing ceremony marked the end of this special week that offered great spectacles powered by Bacardi rum. 5 unique fleets were there to make new memories, and everyone is looking forward to reuniting next year. Thanks for watching. Maxi class is one of the most demanding classes of the St Maarten Heineken Regatta. Teams here are serious and have to run like clockwork. The Varsovie team is one of them. Varsovie is a 100-foot Norta's Swan, which launched back in 2008. It needs around 18 experienced sailors to maneuver this maxi race machine around the racecourse. The name Varsovie comes from the Poland's capital, Warsaw, as its owner is Polish.
Varsovie is a 30-metre swan, 100 feet that is. She weighs 83 tonnes, built in 2008. We do all the regattas. Some regattas we have other crew flown in. The name Varsovie is the Polish word for Warsaw, which is the capital of Poland. She's Polish owned.
There were medium to light winds today for the final day of racing here in St Maarten for the 39th St Maarten Heineken Regatta, where the Maxi fleet had a coastal race of around 20 nautical miles at the southeast side of the island. Varsovie chose to stay close to the shore of St Maarten as the wind was stronger there. They finished the race after 2 hours and 6 minutes, claiming 3rd place in this race, and went into 4th on the leaderboard. The 39th St Maarten Heineken Regatta ended with a magnificent closing ceremony. And of course, with the legendary party at the Port de Plaisance. More serious fun is expected next year for the 40th edition of the St Maarten Heineken Regatta. Don't miss it. Multihulls are a unique kind of boat that combine fast sailing speeds with the comfort of a cosy living room. The St Maarten Heineken Regatta is the ideal event for this kind of boat, a combination of serious and fun racing. The Ineffable team did not want to miss the chance to be a part of it.
Well, it's incredibly comfortable. It's much bigger than you expect for a trimaran. And we've got a cooker, freezer, we live a normal life. It's like living on the house. It's very amusing to be beating like Maxi's, boat for boat, and we're on a cruising boat. So can you imagine how fun that is?
The menu for today's offshore multi-hull division race served up a route going all the way up to the Île before coming back to the Heineken finish. Team Ineffable completed today's race after 3 hours and 23 minutes, claiming the second place for this race. After today's race, Team Ineffable is currently standing in second place on the leaderboard. But the 39th St Maarten Heineken Regatta is not only about racing. The event once again provides world-class sailboat racing combined with the hottest concerts and after-parties. There are concerts held every night at unique and spectacular locations on the island, showcasing great local and international artists.